Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Wow, I have a very exciting reading today. I'm going to be reading about the Phoenix Lights. Now, if you have not heard of the Phoenix Lights, it's something that happened back in 1997. So either you weren't interested in it, or you're too young to hear about it, or it's something that happened in America and you're British. But I just remember it was a big thing on the news, and many thousands of people saw it, videoed it. It's one of the most documented UFO encounters. At first, the military said they didn't know what it was, and then they said it was. But just to show you, so March 13th, 1997, this is actually Phoenix down here, the homes and whatnot. And these are the six lights. I guess it started off with two. Apparently there was another one over here, but it ended up looking like a boomerang. And it started off with two, and then before you know it, other ones lit up. And when the object moved, it wasn't like six different objects. When the object moved, they all moved in unison. So that's why people believe it was a great big boomerang or triangle shaped thing. Also, underneath it, if you were standing underneath it looking up, it blocked the stars. So that's another reason they thought it was solid. Also, it didn't show up on any radar. It was right close to this, the Phoenix airport, and it didn't show up on radar. But pilots who actually were taking off and landing saw it, and somebody very famous, Kurt Russell, was a witness in one of the planes that happened to be landing in Phoenix, and he remembers seeing it. And everybody on the plane was staring at it. And so this object was there. The airport can't explain what it is. The description that the military, there's also a great big military base close to there, is laughable. And also they have a lot of witnesses who were in the military at that point, and they were told to shut up about it. They had people come to visit their homes and said, if you talk about this, you'll be automatically dishonorably discharged, etc., etc. If you go on to right now, Netflix has a special investigation, alien investigation. And I believe it's the second last or the last episode. It's either 5 or 6. Talk about these Phoenix Lights. I think it's the last episode. But thousands of people saw it. There's hundreds of photos and videos of it. Even back in 97, we didn't have phones. But a lot of people had video recorders and cameras, of course. Even though they would have been film, they still would have been cameras. So there's lots and lots and lots of evidence. So I'm asking the Healing Light Tarot, what can it tell us more about these Phoenix Lights? So first of all, we're going to ask the cards, was this an unidentified flying object? Let's just start with that. Was this a legit unidentified flying object? Let's see what the cards can tell us. What are we supposed to know? What can we know? What are we allowed to know about this situation? Tell us about the Phoenix Lights. 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 Okay, cards are ready. Hierophant. Wisdom. Interesting that the Hierophant is like glowing and people looking up at it. Wisdom, teacher. Queen of Wands in reverse. the Two of Cups in reverse, Judgment in reverse, and the Ten of Swords upright. Okay, I don't think this was friendly. It only came once. This is definitely not friendly. This actually, one of the things is that there was nobody who said they were brought up into the craft or anything like that. This is definitely not friendly. Absolutely not friendly. It just came for once. Didn't want to communicate. Three of Cups in reverse on the Queen of Wands in reverse. The Moon. Wasn't that interesting? Kind of a optical illusion I'm almost getting, like like how, so it was reflective of something, right? The full moon that's why it's an illusion that the moon glows. It doesn't. It's just reflecting something back to you. The moon is a mirror. And when it's upright like this on the Two of Cups, what we think its purpose wasn't. The World in reverse on top of the Judgment in reverse. They came here once. They only wanted to just once, and they didn't get what they wanted. What they came here for was, the Tower. The Tower. Queen of Swords. Interesting. So far we've got queens. Strength in reverse. Underlying Page of Cups. I think this was actually hostile. I think this is Page of Cups, the Hierophant. I think this was actually quite hostile. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Lovers. King of Swords in reverse. And the Five of Cups upright, and the Five of Wands. All right. I think this was something hostile. I'm wondering if this was like a spy plane or spy because we have the King of Swords here. Well, that's a politician. In 97, who would that be? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. They could have started something, but they didn't. The Strength card here in reverse. I'm not getting that it was. I was looking for the Devil. We didn't get the Devil, but we did get the King of Swords in reverse. The Hierophant here and the Ruin. I think this was some kind of spy plane. And then maybe that's why the military didn't want any information going out. It didn't show up on the radar, at least what they said at the airport. Yet people actually saw this massive. A lot of people said it was at least a mile big. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Hermit. Ten of Cups upright. Page of Swords. Seven of Cups. Look at pointing to the sky, at the lights, at the seven lights. Page of Swords, it's definitely, people have a lot of pictures of it and videos of it. The Hermit. Interesting, we have more queens here than we have kings. And all the queens, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, and the Queen of Swords, which would be the Queen of Fighting, is upright, and the King of Swords is in reverse. So who would have a mile wide? And then it just kind of disappeared. Like it looked like it was backing up and fading out. You know what I was also looking for is the Chariot. We do not have the Chariot here either. So was it, I don't know if they had drones back then or something that did just lights that move in and out at the same time, made no sound. There's absolutely no sound to it. Like could have been like spy drones. Did they have drones back? Well, of course they would have had spy drones back then. But yeah, I know drones even now today make a hell of a noise. But they had spy planes back then. Of course they did. They had satellites, right? Satellites, spy satellites. I think it was one country working on its own was possibly testing something. And you have to remember, Phoenix, as big of a city as it is quite close to the Mexican border. I'm not saying it's Mexico, but come in through Mexico and then, this big city. And there's the seven. Look at the lights. Everybody pointing up at the lights. It really scared a lot of people for a while. So 5 of Swords, the Magician in reverse. This was some kind of trick, guys. I'm not getting the Chariot. I'm not getting the Devil. I'm getting somebody who was testing something to be in control. Like they were hostile, definitely hostile. Definitely was not an inside job by the U.S. military. I'm not getting that at all. This was definitely hostile. I would even get like the World upright would be enclosed. 2 of Cups upright would be, they're working with each other. And this illusion here is quite significant. Also 3 of Cups in reverse, World in reverse. This is, I'm saying that this would be the U.S., somebody who's hostile to the U.S. So who was hostile to the U.S. in 1997 and made people look up at the lights? Where's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that. Even they almost look like in the row that they're in. The Magician in reverse here and the Moon upright tells me this was some kind of big trick. I was seriously looking for the Chariot to see if it was like something some kind of movement, or like a chariot, like a UFO. I think this wasn't as successful as they thought it was going to be. It was a one-off. It was enemy of the United States. It was hostile. It was definitely hostile. I think they were testing something. It was like from one country. And there's the politician in reverse, King of Swords in reverse. King of Swords in reverse and Gemini here. King of Swords is a Gemini. I'm wondering if we can figure out who it is through Gemini. But it was meant to, the Strength in reverse and the Tower here in reverse, it was meant to scare the military. It was meant to make the United States look weak. I'm getting it was some kind of trick in the sky. Absolutely, with the Seven of Cups upright here and the Magician in reverse. There's one card here that wants to show itself. Six of Pentacles upright. Definitely, I think somebody was paid to do this. There's the devil. There's the devil in reverse. This is definitely some kind of government, what I like to call pissing on the posts, and I might have to edit that out. It's like, look what we can do. We can scare your population. It made the news for days. All kinds of people were talking about it. Some people they interviewed now are still crying about it. They were that upset about it. And, it affected them mentally and spiritually. And I think that's what it was meant to do. It was a one-off. It was hostile. It was an illusion that, oh, you think you're so good? Well, what if something came out of the sky and you didn't know what it was? And now it makes sense it didn't show up on the radar. I think it was like individual lights. And it looked like it could move in when it moved in unison. So it looked like the lights were attached to an object. And I'm thinking now, we look at our current drones and look at the beautiful things they can make out of drones, the light drones. And we have to remember the military has a lot of this technology before it's released to the public. All you have to do is Google the history of email. The military had email long before it was released to the public. So who's to say somebody's military didn't have these type of lights that would work in unison? That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that. Look at I wonder if one country even paid another country to do this. Look at that. And we have male. So here we have the King of Swords paying a female. Wonder what these females had to do with it. Wonder if it's something they designed, something that they were allowed to sneak into the country. We definitely have 3 females on the board here. Interesting. I wonder what the females have to do with it. I'm trying to think. I don't think they interviewed any females on that special. Yeah, but isn't that interesting? They've never been seen again. And I think it was something to do with the strength card here in reverse is to make the US look weak. It was a psyop. With the Magician here in reverse, it's a psyop. And the Moon upright, it was a psyop. Especially here with the Hierophant, which is, when you believe in something that you're told without proof. So there's everybody looking up at these lights going, oh my God, they're UFOs or whatever. And I think it was a psyop, a psychological operation on not only on the people of Phoenix, of the American population. All right. Well, what do you think? Do you think it was real? Do you think I'm not getting any cards here that this was real, but I am getting cards that it was some kind of trickster energy, some kind of illusion. They wanted to be noticed, and they were actually quite successful with it. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.